What makes Revier Cattle Company different is attention to detail and quality. So quality from the cattle, the feed, the facilities, the whole complete circle. One thing very unique to Revier Cattle Company is the feeds that we use. So we're not using a lot of dried down feeds that have been dried with natural gas and propane dryers. We like to use wet feeds that give our cattle a very unique flavor profile. In addition to that, the environmental aspects of what Revier Cattle Company uses for its production model are significantly different than any other feedlot of its kind in the nation, perhaps the world. Revier Cattle Company has its own very unique ecosystem that is important to us and that aids in our production. So we grow crops, we feed those crops to the cattle. We also use the leftover pieces of the crops, the corn stover, the corn stalks, and things like that, if you will, for bedding, and in cases for feed as well. As that transitions through the cattle into the production of beef, the manure on the backside is saved and valued by us in aiding the next year's crop productions. And because we treat that manure as a valuable resource, we're not letting it volatilize into the atmosphere, so that all of those nutrients are preserved and kept available in its highest value before our crop production. I believe we're set for the future in many number of ways. Number one, we have controlled our environment. So we are not discharging air pollution, water pollution, runoff. We collect it, we capture it, and we use it for crop production. Through the design of our buildings and our facilities, we have created an environment that the cattle are very comfortable. And by that comfort and low stress, cattle yield very tender beef and do very well on their feed performance side as well. So it really is a win-win-win. It is a win for the environment, it's a win for our family and our employees because we're working in better facilities, and it's a win for the cattle and their welfare because they're living and being part of a better lifestyle that they would otherwise be exposed to elements. We've built buildings that have eliminated that and made being a cow much more comfortable than it was decades ago. And so for those reasons, I think a lot of what we've built and employed here at Revier Cattle Company will eventually go into the more mainstream feedlot sector. The results are fantastic. 1996, we incorporated Revier Cattle Company as a corporation. Prior to that, my dad farmed and fed cattle, and his dad farmed and fed cattle, and his dad farmed and fed cattle back into the 1800s. So through time, we've been very good at perfecting how we feed cattle and what makes desirable beef. So we use high quality grain, high quality genetics, and care with the cattle. Care is very important. Cattle that don't have stress yield very tender beef. So we want our cattle to be comfortable, calm, and get along with us. We're with the cattle every day, we're walking through the cattle every day, we're interacting with them. They like us, they're not afraid of us. It yields tender beef, it gives them a nice environment to live in, a comfortable environment where they're happy, we're happy, and it just works.